Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 9 properties today. We got the buyer class tomorrow. And then in February, we're doing a whole new strip down and redesign of the buyer class. So even if you've come in the past and we've had over 600 people come to that class, it's going to be all new information too. Of course, the bases are going to remain, but we're going to really try and fill in a different way. So I'm excited about that. We've got the new price report, which is built. It's over in the extras tab. The new guide is being built too. The website's coming at the end of February. So a lot of moving parts. It's a really fun, slightly stressful time around here, but we're really trying to provide you with the best information, the inside information that you can't find anywhere else. And that's why we do Milton Daily Homes, is to really give you stuff that you may not be aware of. We got $2 million properties. One of them, as of the time of this video, does not have any pictures. So what you can do is the link down below is updated in real time. This is a direct link from the Realtor MLS system, which we can also give a client access to. But the point is then it goes to the public sites like MLS.ca. It might take a day or two for that to happen. So what our goal is to try and beat MLS.ca for time to get this information to you and also give you some interpretation. So check the link down below. It does update in real time. As soon as the realtor puts pictures up, it's on that link within 5 seconds. And let's get started. Let's talk about some homes. So 1380 Costigan, it doesn't give a unit here, unit 60 here, but it normally shows up in this place, 375. At the end of last year, what happened was there was a significant price jump on these. And so I look at this now, you know, if we were talking about even in August or September, I'd say, I don't think so. But now I think they're in a good place. They're holding back on offers. There's a second parking spot. And so you have one in the garage, which is housed within the unit. And then there's another one separate. Not every one of these has a second parking spot. Open concept main floor is a 2-piece washroom, which is toilet and sink, and then upstairs you've got 2 bedrooms, 2 washrooms plus a laundry. About 1275 square feet, and then that is above the garage. I gotta think they're doing well. There's the upper units, and then you've got the lower, which is the main floor and the basement. This is a good, smart price point. So a lot of people would list at $374,900, and they would only be in the $350 to $375 range. When they're at $375,000, you're actually going from $350 to $375. You're sitting on that price, and then you're also in the $375 to $400. So we call that double bracketing in Milton Daily Homes, and it's a wise decision. It relates directly to how people search for homes, and it's not like a candy bar. This is different. This is strategic pricing, and like I said, it'll get you pretty close to, if not more than, double the exposure. 891 Vickerman Way, 639. I don't know if this is my favorite first shot. I mean, you'd think you'd show the outside. I mean, the fact that it's a double garage, which is they're listing for 639, I would think that would be your leading, the hand that you would lead with. It looks like 8-foot ceilings. This model to me is way better and way different with 9-foot ceilings. This ultra gloss floor upstairs, I don't know if people love it. From my experience showing people homes, it's not super fancy, but it's got a basement that has a kitchenette and a bathroom. And actually the way the garage comes in, it veers directly to the side to go down to the basement. So it is actually a pretty good setup for having 2 families live in here. Now, we've talked many times in Milton Daily Homes, and I've always just sent the link over to my favorite article about basement apartments. But let's review it right now. We've got some time. There's not a ton that we're going to talk about today. So if you look at the article down below that I'm linking to, if you type in Milton, so if you go on a Mac, it's Command F, type in Milton, you can find that it'll give you all the instances of the word Milton. So Town of Milton, requirements to allow legal basement apartments. Annette, if you can just zoom in on this section right here. Current basement apartments are permitted as per the zoning bylaw in single detached houses only. Okay, so if you have a semi, pretty much automatically, I can tell you it's not really a permitted use. Do people do it? All the time, but it doesn't mean that it complies with the rules. I could say almost certainly you didn't get a building permit, and the rules may be changing, right? We've got Ontario, which has said that Milton is in an urban growth center area, and so really we've got to fit 1 million people in a Halton region in the next 25 years. So it's bound to happen. They've now forced municipalities to say you've got to allow second suites, but they haven't given a deadline really. They've said you can just do it whenever you want. And so some municipalities are ahead of others, and you can read through this list and see how different the policies are, even just going to Mississauga or going to Halton Hills, going to Oakville. They're all so different. So anyway, only one basement apartment, so you can't split a basement into two and rent them both out. House must be on full municipal water and wastewater. What that means is no rural properties, pretty much, where you're into septic and wells. The basement apartment shall not exceed 700 square feet. Are there some out there that do that? Absolutely. I would say that this one that we've just looked at is probably pretty close to 700 square feet based on the size of the home. And so this part here, we'll just talk about Bill 140. That's an interesting one to Google, and changes to the Planning Act, Urban Growth Center. So all the things we just talked about, it's all referenced right here. That is about it. So that's all we have to say right now about basement apartments. 6 months, a year from now, it could be totally different based on the rule changes. So Cusick, again, strategic pricing, $1 million. So if they were at $999, they would not be seen by the people who start their search at $1 million. It says it's a 3-car garage. I think you've got 2 here, plus you may have a tandem one in the back there, which can work well for hobby cars. And let's be honest, most people store a lot of crap in their garage, so that could be the crap corner, and then have 2 actual usable parking spaces. So it's a Wellington model. It's probably the big Wellington, which is 3,800 square feet. The 34 one has an open loft area. It was actually one of the Mattamy model homes, I believe on Brothers Crescent back in the day. The master's huge. So you've got a sitting area, plus you've got the place for the master bed. Can be a nice thing too. It can be a real retreat for somebody. You could put an office in, but I find an office feels stressful next to a master bedroom. And what do you have? Privacy, which is nice. That's what people will pay for. And this is an often underutilized strategy, but the twilight photo can be a really nice feature to put on your listing. There's definitely a right way and a wrong way to do it. It's also one of the biggest lots that Mattamy puts out. So 50 by 100, 98.43. Square footage wise on the land is bigger even than the 56 by 80s. And now they're not even building past 43 feet. So you've got a pretty nice lot. Obviously a big house on that lot, but it's nice. I've seen stuff sell over $1 million that's not as good as this. They're missing some things that I think people would want, like hardwood floors. But I think that for the size of the home, the green space, and the finishes that they did put in, if it shows well in person, I think they've got a real shot. So there we go. That's the list. If you have any questions, reach out to us. And if you still want to come to the buyer's class, I mean, we've got maybe some space. Bring a food bank donation. Register right now. You can go to the link over there or miltonbuyerclass.com. But you got to hurry up. Okay, so I'll see you probably next week on Monday. Have a great weekend. And if you're in town, come on a tour of Milton Homes. It's just over there as well. See you later.